Hello, friends. Today, wishing you a happy Christmas, advance happy Christmas, and we have started a new video regarding the citrus fruits. Sometimes the fungus also affects the citrus fruits, and the citrus fruits are mainly available in winter season, and therefore we have selected here. We have found here a citrus fruit or orange, which has acquired a fungus. So we are going to the oranges here in the table, and we are going to see what fungus it has acquired, and it has already the shape has already changed, and the thing has become deformed. The shape has changed and it has become deformed, and inside the orange is the it is has become very soft, and so we think that it has acquired fungus. So let us see what fungus it has acquired, and we will be dissecting this orange. We're scattering the orange from fungus from this orange. By dissecting it, we will be cutting open the orange, and let's see what happens. So for that we need the basic tools, that is the alien forceps and a scalpel. So we will be excavating this fungus and see what is inside this orange and what is inside. So let us begin with this. First we will catch this orange with the Ellis forceps, and we will just cut open the orange like this horizontally vertically, and we'll see the inside the matter has become rotten. So already nuggets is formed inside. It is full of nuggets. So nuggets we don't need. We will just remove these nuggets, and we will see what is inside this orange. So we'll just remove these nuggets, and the part of the orange it has crystallized. Actually it is crystallized. So part of this orange has become crystallized, and we'll take some of it. The fungus has formed in the skin. As you can see, the fungus has formed in the skin, and some of the total consistency of the orange has changed. Total consistency of the orange has changed. So we just take some part of this orange, and the rest we will leave. Just some of the part of this orange, so that we can see what fungus it has taken. The white fungus parts are already visible, so we will take that. We have to remove the nuggets, because nuggets are they will destroy the whole thing. They will not We will not be able to get the fungus. So this much is enough. So as you can see, the whole orange has become petrified almost, and we have got the stuff, and we will be putting it into the culture medium. So this all part is finished, and just we will be discarding the orange. So let us put this into the culture media. So we will be back after that. So friends, we are back with the culture media. As you can see, it has been removed, and here is a culture, here is the culture media, and this is actually brilliant green phenol red lactose sucrose agar. So this is a special culture media. It's a lactose sucrose agar. So we are adding more sweet to the sweet to bring up the fungus much more, because as you have seen, this orange is little bit sweet sour in taste. So and this sweet sour taste, the fungus is acquired. So this fungus is assumed that it is a sweet liking fungus. So we will be adding more sweet to this sweet, so to make this fungus more in a growth position, so it grows vigorously. So to bring the vigorous growth, we are adding more sweet to it. So we are using a lactose sucrose agar with two indicators. One is brilliant green and another is phenol red. This brilliant green is a oxidizing indicator, oxidation reduction indicator, and phenol red is an pH indicator. So if there is an oxidation reduction, is anaerobic or aerobic, if the bacteria is anaerobic or aerobic, that we will determine from the color change of this lactose, this brilliant green, and this phenol red will give us the pH state of the bacteria or fungus. So therefore we will be adding this lactose sucrose brilliant green agar, brilliant green phenol red agar. So let us begin that. We will be just pipetting around 6 to 10 ml of this agar. This is brilliant green. This is absolute brilliant green, and we will just put this 5 ml and 5 ml, 10 ml agar. So after that we will remove this pipette and just keep it like this. So and then we will take another scalpel, another forceps. Let us take a small forceps and just slide this orange in this culture media, just as before I have done in previous videos. Just I am doing the same. Most of the mass I am just transferring this mass into this culture media. Yes, it has done. So this is finished, and we will be putting this to the incubator for more culture. So let us pack this fungus and see what just simple cork. This is a simple cork. This you can make in the lab. Just wrap some cotton inside a tissue paper, clean tissue paper, and this will be your brilliant corking. So no need to purchase those muslin corks and all that. Those are very expensive, and sometimes they are not available also. So this is the best way to cork the culture flask. Just put some cotton, sterilized cotton inside the sterilized tissue paper, roll it out, and just twist it and put it inside on the top of the flask to close the mouth. So this will give you the beautiful corking, and this thing is done. So we will put it in the incubator and see what is. After 5 days we will return back and see what fungus it is acquired. So goodbye from now. Hello friends, we are back after 5 days. So as you can see, the fungus has developed an incubator, and as if you can notice that it has become a very big mold formation. It has formed a very big mold, and therefore this mold is accumulated in the growth, as you can understand. So therefore the growth in the incubator, this flask has become very foggy, so we won't be able to see properly, but inside you can see from here that it has become a mold. So this is a very big mold. It is accumulated a very big mold. The growth is very vigorous and very good growth. So therefore if we put this, now we are going to watch this fungus under microscope, observe this fungus under microscope, and what kind of fungus it is. You have to make a understanding, but it is not possible at this moment because this is a very big mold. For this, if we put this whole thing under microscope, if we just pour this in the petri dish here, and we can see, just put under the DCM 400 microscope, we won't be able to see anything because the whole thing will become dark and nothing will be visible because this is a very big mold. So for that, a technique is applied. in microbiology, that is tissue morcellation. Morcellation. Now, what is this tissue morcellation? Tissue morcellation is a process by which we break down this mold into small pieces or small fragments so that it becomes easy to visualize. It makes thinner, the tissue becomes thinner, the thicker tissue becomes thinner and smaller, so you can see and eat under microscope. The morphology of the tissue may be broken, but still we can understand the morphology. What is it? What fungus it was? We can see, at least we can assume what fungus it is. So for that, we need this instrument, this apparatus. This is a glass apparatus. We need that. So this is the glass apparatus. This is the morcellator, and this is the pestle, as you can see. This is the morcellator and this is the pestle. Actually, this apparatus, if you go to purchase, there will be confusion. If you go to purchase, you have to say tissue grinder. They will give you this. Then they will give you this. If you say tissue morcellator, they will say they know we don't have a tissue morcellator, because they are not acquainted with that term. They are acquainted with this term, that tissue grinder. So the question is, how can you grind a tissue? What you grind a solid object, a solid, something solid like rice, like wheat, but like grains, that you grind. A solid part you can grind, but you cannot grind a soft thing. This is a very soft thing. This is a semi-liquid soft thing which you cannot grind. This is a semi-liquid mold. If you press with your fingers, it will become just, it will dimple and it will just become flattened. So you cannot grind it. It will, you can morcellate it. It comes from the word morcellus. It comes from the Latin word morsus. Morsus means putting in parts, in dividing in parts. So that you can do. Another term is used, it's called homogenization, tissue homogenization. This is also commonly used by microbiologists. This homogenization term is also wrong, because you cannot homogenize, because this is not a liquid matter. How can you make a homogenization? You cannot homogenize. You can just morcellate it. You can morcellate it with the help of this morcellator, so that you can morcellate it. But you cannot homogenize, neither you can homogenize nor you can grind. You cannot grind at all. So this morcellation term was coined by Professor K.D. Chatterjee. He said, how can you grind a tissue? You go and take a dictionary and see what is the meaning of the word grinding and what is the meaning of the word morcellation. Go and watch what is the meaning of the word grinding, what you can grind and what you can morcellate. Go and just watch. Go and see, consult a dictionary and go and see. So therefore, we will be using the term morcellator. So this is a tissue morcellator. So it consists of a tube. You can see it has been cleaned by alcohol. So this is a tube, and I can see the part of the tube that it is been hazy. This part is hazy. It is just a centrifuge tube. There's a conical tube. So this part is hazy, and this part is a borosil tube. This was the glass type. This hazy part has been done by etching with the help of simple hydrofluoric acid. If you pour some hydrofluoric acid inside this tube, any glass tube, the part of which the hydrofluoric acid has taken will become like this. And you just simply open your hydrofluoric acid bottle of hydrofluoric acid, and you just open it, and you just take with a plastic dropper. It does not affect the hydrofluoric acid. It does not do any harm with that plastic dropper. It reacts only with the glass. So you just take a plastic dropper, take some hydrochloric acid, say about 5 ml to 10 ml hydrochloric acid, and just you put it inside, and till the mark you want to etch. Little by little you just add, and up till the mark which you want to etch, you just put the hydrochloric acid, and you just keep it vertical, standing vertical. You just put it like this. So this part is filled with hydrofluoric acid and this part is naked. So this you just keep it like this for overnight, no problem. And on the next morning, you just put the same dropper, use the same dropper or another plastic dropper, of course, not glass, plastic dropper, wind it, put it inside, slowly take out the acid, the rest of the acid, and throw it away. So your glass is etched. So this you will get. It is done because to give a rough surface. The glass becomes rough after etching. The glass becomes rough. The smoothness of this glass, you see, this is very smooth. This is very smooth. It will be difficult to morcellate because this will slip. This thing slips when some liquid is added inside. It just slips. So you cannot do it. But this surface, the same surface has been done with this. So this is rough. You can touch with a finger, it will be corrugated. It is a little bit corrugated. Not very highly corrugated. It is just you will feel a corrugation effect. You will just feel a serration. There is a serration. Mild serrative effect you will feel. So this mild serrative effect, both of these two mild serrative effects, when come in contact with the tissue like this, just put it, and if you just move it like this, just twist it like this, spin it like this, you got spin, you have to give a spin, light spin, just, and it will be, and the tissue will be morcellated. So what we are now going to do that. So therefore, and remember this, if this what should I say, this corrugation or this serration rather, it goes off, if the serration is not anymore present in this morcellator, or the serration is over, eroded, or it is just planed, or it is just smoothened by the tissue morcellation after 6 months, 8 months, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years. This serration, it goes away if the serration is not seen. Just like this, I will show you one tissue grinder. It is with me. I will show you that where have I kept that tissue grinder. Yes, it is over here. I can just show you. This is another tissue grinder. You can see the morcellation is just very, it is there, but it is morcellation. This morcellation has become very, you can see my finger, and this morcellation has just become plain. There is no morcellation. There is no serration. The serration has become just over. There is no serration. The glass has become smooth. So this has also become smooth. No serration. Serration mark is only there. It was serrated, that you can see, but it is not serrated. No serration is there. No serrative effect is there. So therefore, this grinder has been, this morcellator has become old. So you cannot use it. It won't give you this effect. When you spin, it just moves like this. So no, it will not move like this. You won't be able to move it properly. It will hard. It will become hard. If you move it, it will become hard. It will become tight. So therefore, this morcellator is over. It's over-aged and it is over. So therefore, I have purchased a new one, and so this is the good one. So now we are going to morcellate this tissue and make it more thin. This mold will break the mold and will make it more thin, and so therefore we will be able to see the morphology of the fungus under TCM 400. So that we are going to see. Now you are just going to pour this whole stuff, just trailing the flask, and just the whole stuff, and the tissue is inside. Not some tissue is still there. See, you can see now. You can see the mold. So the very big mold. You can see it's a very big mold. So that you have to morcellate. Otherwise, you won't be able to see. So some of the culture medium should be taken in, and don't add water. Don't try to add water. You just try to do this by trial and error. So just, or rather, you can use a tweezer. I'm going to use a forceps, non-serrative forceps. Yes, this is a forceps, and this is a forceps, and this is done. So now we are going to morcellate this. Remember, it should be not come, should not overflow. The culture medium should not overflow this morcellator. So it is morcellating. Otherwise, it will spoil the whole thing. So just morcellating, just spinning. This is just the simple spinning. Just hold the morcellator in the left hand and just go on spinning, and you can see the tissue is getting bottom and the tissue is getting morcellated. sometimes you have to put it up, and you can see the tissue is getting by parts. It is getting by parts. Tissue is getting by parts. It is coming up and it is getting by parts. It is getting morcellated. Little bit left. So after that we will be putting it inside the flask again. It depends upon the serration. It depends upon the level of serration. If the serration is more, your morcellation will be very quick. If the serration is weak, if the serration is low, less serration, then your morcellation will take time, and sometimes the morcellation will not take place, as in the case of that old tissue morcellated. It is not working now. If we morcellate it, it will not work. It will just make the tissue same. Will keep the tissue same. It will not morcellate. So I think it is over. We can just put this grinder over here and just spin it. Lift the faucet and it is over. Just spinning like this and it is over. Some tissue is left over here, but that is due to this is a very heavy mold, so that is why it is sedimented in the bottom. So this will be also getting morcellated. So this we have to remove the culture media and we have to morcellate it. So this is also getting morcellated. So don't worry. So it is done. So now we will pour some of the culture media and take it out. Or we have to introduce a this is very small. We have to introduce a pastel will do. So it is more, needs to be morcellated more because the tissue is not coming up, so it needs to be morcellated. It's getting morcellated. As you can see in this camera, it is getting morcellated and it is coming up. So this way it will come up. It will be morcellated more. So it will be thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner, and it will come up. So it needs to be morcellated more. So you have to press it. So now it will come out. This is a very big mold. I shouldn't have taken that much mold, and anyway, we have got enough tissue inside. So this we can leave. This much tissue we can leave because we have lots of tissue inside. So this morcellated part is over. We are removing the tissue morcellator, and now we are going to pour this tissue. Tissue is over there, and we are going to pour the tissue with the help of a 3 ml tip pipette, and as usual we are going to see the morphology. So the morcellation part I have just described in this video. So this is the tissue is coming there. You can see it's a very heavy mold. So this is the heavy, still heaviness is there. Still the heaviness is there. So anyway, we are just taking little part of it, and we will just see in the microscope. See under microscope what is the condition of this tissue. So that we will see. So friends, the microscopic video has arrived, and we can see it's a very big and sticky cluster, and it is therefore, as you can see from these fringes, the cluster fringes, it is Citra. This is a Citra fungus actually, and this is Citra Fibbrratta. This is a fibrous structure. As you can see, the layers of fibers are there, small fibrous strings are there. So these are Citra Fibbrratta. This is actually Citra Fibbrratta. You can see the fibers. This is a very, very sticky and very tight, what should I say, medium. It's a very heavy and sticky medium. So the microscopic picture is not very clear, as you can see. Unfortunately, it is not clear because this is a very tight and sticky thing. The petri dish was in a layer, which is a big layer. So after morcellation, even the thing was become very sticky. So it was not able to get the whole thing. Anyhow, we can see some of the morphological properties also. Later on we will be seeing. This is Citra Fibbrratta. This is morphologically, this is a fibbrata. This is a fibrous structure. We will be getting more details in the fluorescence image. If we see the fluorescence image, we will be able to see more. So that video will be coming up next. So don't worry. So this is fibbrata structure. You can see the fibbrata collides. As you face, this is the phase contrast view. As you can see, this is the fibbrata collides, or collisions of the fibbrata. So this is visible. So these are, now you can see the fibbrata tuberculis. Fibbrata tuberculis is very deep inside, and you can see the fibbrata tuberculis. So this is the fibbrata mass. This is fibbrata mass. This is a weak fibbrata system. This is Citra